you like that, don't you?
I'm so glad you could come to lunch today, Sonny. We haven't seen enough of you around here.
Well, that's because you've been so busy with this little guy. Hasn't she, Jonah? You know, I can't get over how big he's gotten.
Oh, is he too heavy for you?
Oh, no, we're having a great time. Hey, he just loves this little bear. He hasn't taken his eyes off it.
Cagney gave him that.
Jonah?
Every time he sees that, his eyes light up, just like when Cagney's here.
Does Cagney come by often to see Jonah?
Well, whenever he can. I try to set aside time for them to be together.
Do you think there's any chance that you and Cagney might get back together? Must be hard for you having him here. A lot of women wouldn't be able to handle it.
Well, Cagney and Jonah belong together. It wouldn't be fair to keep them apart.
Your mommy sure loves you, you know that?
Yes, she does. And Cagney loves you every bit as much as Mommy does. Isn't that right, sweetie? Isn't that right? You know, Sonny, I never knew how much I wanted a baby. And now that I have him, he's my whole world. I don't know what I'd do without him.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to buy some baby clothes.
There you go. You have your blanket and your toy. Oh, goody. Look at that. And Mommy's right here.
Oh, he is so cute. If he so much as yawns, I am scooping him right up again.
Listen, Sonny, it's going to be a little while before lunch is ready. Would you like some juice or soda?
Oh, no thanks. I'm fine.
I'm really glad you could come by, Sonny. I must confess I had an ulterior motive for asking you to come over, besides the fact that I wanted to see you.
I'll bet I know what it is, too. I'm sorry, Suzi. I don't have anything new to report. Whoever stole that $20,000 did a very good job of covering their tracks. So far. But don't worry. They've made a mistake somewhere, and we'll find it. I haven't given up.
And you don't have a trace on the blonde man that rented the van?
No, his hair color was about the only thing about him that Mr. Muldaur could remember. But luckily, it was enough to get Cagney released.
We appreciate everything you've done for him. You know, this whole thing has been like a black cloud hanging over his head.
Has Cagney ever mentioned anyone who might have a grudge against him?
No, why?
Someone went to a lot of trouble to steal that money. More than that, they went to even more trouble to make sure it looked like Cagney's the one that did it. The question is, did they pick him to be the scapegoat because he happened to be there, or...
So you do think that someone is deliberately trying to get him into trouble?
Could be. The next time you see Cagney, ask him if he has any enemies. Anyone he thinks might be willing to go that far to get him into trouble.
Well, I would, but I'm not really sure when I'll see him again.
But I thought you said he came by to see Jonah.
He does. Well, he did. Oh, that was before our last argument.
What happened?
I don't know. This whole thing has had him so upset. And the last few times I've been with him, he just hasn't been himself.
You can't really blame him for that.
Sonny, who am I kidding? I keep trying to blame something else for our problems. And the truth is, Cagney and I are the reason things aren't working out.
Would it help you to talk about it?
I've been going over the past few months, trying to figure out where everything went wrong. We were so happy making plans for the wedding. Then everything fell apart.
Didn't you see it coming?
Well, a few signs. There were little things. I ignored them. I thought for sure we could handle them.
Another woman is a difficult thing to work around.
Justine. Well, it seems strange to me that other people can have distractions in their relationships and they manage to survive.
Have you asked yourself if things might have been different if she hadn't interfered?
Yes. And I really don't know. I would love to blame Justine for everything. That would be so easy, but I can't.
Suzi, I would not overlook her part in this if I were you.
Well, it's true. She's put an edge between us. But we let her. The thing is, we keep it there.
How do you mean?
Cagney and I are angry at each other all the time. Cagney does something and I misunderstand. I do something and he misunderstands. For example, do you know who Brett Hamilton is?
No, who's he?
He's a photographer. His father owns Hamilton Mills. Well, Brett asked my advice about decorating a house he's rented. And I left my scarf there, quite innocently. But, oh, what Cagney finds out about it, and he thinks we're having an affair.
Suzi, do you still love him?
Yes, I do. As much as I ever did.
Then you have to fight for him.
Sonny, there's like a gulf between us.
Then one of you has to bridge it. Maybe he needs to know, no matter what happens, that you care about him and you'll trust him.
I've tried to tell him. And he knows I want the same things, too. It just doesn't work.
Maybe now's the time. Now that he has other things on his mind to worry about, he needs you. If you love him, you can't let him slip away because of a misunderstanding. You might never have a chance to win him back.
Hi.
Adair's not here.
Will she be home soon?
She didn't really say.
I don't suppose you noticed if she took her books with her.
No, she didn't.
In that case, she'll probably be home soon. May I come in and wait?
Go ahead. Come on in.
May I take off my coat and make myself at home?
Sure, go ahead. You know where the closet is.
Well, forget about the NBA, but you've got more important things to do. I don't know, maybe you're just going stir crazy. You ever thought about having your head examined?
Justine, what are you babbling about? What do you think you're doing?
This is a lot of money.
Yes, it is a lot of money. Leave it where it is. It's none of your business.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Self-Destructo, but if my hand looked as good as yours did, I'd think twice about throwing bags of money into the waste can. This could come in handy in the future. Get it handy?
Spare me your wit.
Ah, but now that you're not working, you could use some extra
I
money.
said spare me.
Okay. I get a little carried away sometimes. I apologize. Didn't mean to make a joke out of it. Just sometimes I get afraid.
Of what?
People won't like me, I guess. So I act flip, and I hope nobody notices I'm being serious. But I am. Is it Suzi? You know how hard it is to forget somebody that you love. They get into your mind and they just won't leave. And then sometimes when you least expect it, there they are saying something funny or kind. They just build a little home for themselves right there in the back of your thoughts, no matter how hard you try to evict them. Maybe you should try seeing somebody
Maybe
new.
you should just keep out of it. Giving me advice about Suzi isn't exactly your strong suit.
Yeah, right. Again, I apologize.
I don't want your apologies. Just want you to stay out of it, all right? You understand? If you want to wait for a dare, you can do it by yourself. I'm not being mean, but this is none of your business.
Maybe it would be best if I left. I could see a deer later.
Did you have anything in particular in mind?
Well, more than just clothes. All sorts of things. Well, this is the first chance I've had to shop. Why don't you just show me a few things?
Fine, let's see. Why don't we start with this? It just came in, isn't it, darling? It's a Lucienne original, only $85, and it's a perfect gift for this time of year.
It's too small. The baby's only a couple of months old.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
And how old?
Why don't we just keep it very simple? Some tops, you know, and maybe some corduroy things, you know, those, the overalls, and maybe some sleepers with a little feet in them, and some bottles, and the works.
Well, as far as the bottles are concerned, we don't carry that. You'll have to get it at the drugstore. In terms of clothing, I'll have to know how old he is and what he weighs.
He's 7 months old.
And the weight?
I'm not sure. I know, you need to know how old, I mean, the weight for the size. I'm not sure.
The little tykes grow so fast. Of course, if you buy the larger sizes, he'll grow into them.
No, I need it for right now.
Perhaps if you call the mother. You're
No,
welcome to use
I
our
really
phone.
can't do that. It's my sister. My sister's child. I mean, you know, I'm an uncle. And she lives out of state, so I don't think she'll be home today.
In that case, I'm not sure how I can help you.
Well, like I said, this is the first chance I've had to shop, so...
May I suggest, if you come back when you know the child's weight, I have many lovely things to show you then.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'll find out the sizes somehow. Thank you very much.
May I come in?
What for?
Well, the last time that I was here, it was to tell you something pretty important.
So?
So how about giving me the benefit of the doubt this time?
If it doesn't take too long, I have a lot of things to do.
I know I'm not exactly on your hit parade, but I have tried to make up for it.
Yes, you have, and I can't for the life of me figure out why.
I'll get to the point. I am here because I care about Cagney. You're not going to like what I have to say, but I think it is important that you listen to it. If you care about him, please leave him alone.
What did you say?
Suzi, please, this is not easy for me coming here like this.
Oh, I'm sure it isn't.
Cagney is coming apart at the seams. I've seen this coming for a long time, but now I think he's in real trouble.
I think you should leave.
Listen to me. He is not eating. He is not sleeping. He can't go to work now that he hurt his hand.
Hurt his hand? When? I just saw him.
I know. It happened the other day right after you left. Dare told me he was so angry he smashed something with his fist, which is now all bandaged up. And before you go running over there to help him, you know the check you gave him?
His royalty check, and what about it? And how do you know about that?
I fished it out of the garbage can for him. He threw it away. He didn't want to have anything to do with that money because it reminded him of you.
Is that what...
No, that's not the act of a rational, unemployed man. I think he is going to self-destruct.
Look, is that what you came here to tell me?
Leave him alone. Please give him a chance to get his life back together.
So what do you want? Do you want me to leave him alone so you can have him?
I don't have many illusions about myself. I know Cagney is not in love with me. But I care about him anyway. A lot.
So do I.
Well, maybe you do. But the two of you together hurt each other. You make each other miserable. Be honest with yourself.
Thank you very much for telling me about Cagney's accident. Now, would you please leave?
Accident? Oh, on second thought, maybe this isn't so hard for you. But Cagney is doing things that are going to harm him in the future.
I heard you.
This isn't easy for you. Especially coming from me. But I don't think you want to see him unhappy any more than I do.
I think you should go.
You got to start telling yourself the truth if you care about him. If you care about him, please leave him alone.
Hey, David.
Come back soon.
Listen, I've already made reservations for next year.
Oh.
Thanks again. It was
Bye-bye.
great.
A pleasure.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Oh, hey,
What?
got a little souvenir for you.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Honey, I'm sorry I didn't get anything for you.
Oh, he gave me 3 pretty spectacular days.
Oh, a mystery.
Uh-huh. I got us each one.
Oh, great.
I figured we were so good helping those folks with their plot, maybe we ought to do a little more of that.
Listen, maybe we could even write one of our own.
Or better yet, how about we give one of those parties and raise money for the runaway shelter?
Only you would come up with an idea like that. How do you do it, honey?
Well, it's elementary, my dear Watson.
Oh.
It's about time you showed up.
What's eating you?
I need you to do something for me.
Oh, what's that stuff in your hair?
Never mind, never mind. I want you to find out what size baby clothes Jonah wears.
Say what?
Well, if you can't do that, you can get his weight. Either one will do.
Oh, terrific. And how on earth am I supposed to do that?
I don't know. You'll think of something. Just do it.
Excuse me, Suzi. Would you mind if I just remove Jonah's clothes and
Don't
you
give
check
me a
out
hard
his-
time.
Oh, better yet. Better yet. What if I just tell Suzi that I'm going to rifle the kid's dresser, you know?
Don't ever refer to my son as the kid. You understand?
Sorry.
Because with what I've got on you, buddy, you better be able to do whatever I tell you to do.
Oh, you're right. My mistake.
I need bottles and formula. You can get that at the drugstore.
Well, that stuff's no problem, but... All right, I'm seeing Suzi tonight at the party, but how do you go about asking someone
Party?
about...
Who's having a party?
Liza Santel for Alec Kendall. He came back from some boating
Wait a
accident.
minute. Wait, is Aunt Jo going to be there?
Oh, probably. Why?
In that case, forget about the sizes. I'll find them out all by myself.